Today, I want to go over how to go through your holidays with less stress. You most likely have enough stress going on, but those of you that are recently diagnosed, it can be really stressful. And I'm going to give you a lot of information and hints and tips on how to make this season fun for you. So keep listening. Have you been diagnosed with MS and you're looking for more answers outside your typical medical system? You are not alone. Hi, I'm Adrienne. I'm a nutritionist and a certified integrative nutritional health coach. And I became interested in holistic health because I reversed my own MS symptoms over 10 years ago. Yes, reversing MS is possible. I'm living proof along with so many others. And I enjoy helping others reverse their symptoms too. Are you ready to learn a few things today? I am. Let's dive in. So I'm going to be going over today how to make your holidays joyful and less stressful. And if you're tired of having your symptoms and you want to get back to feeling better like your old self again, because we are not meant to be sick. You can heal. Everybody can. And this isn't what your doctor tells you you can do. But if this is the year, if this is the holiday where you want to start healing, reach out to me, info@nourishyourway.com, and you can learn about what I offer. I will not pressure you. You can decide if I'm a magical fit for you or not. But anyway, let me get into how to make your holidays joyful this year. And if you were recently diagnosed, I know how you feel. You might feel scared. You might be confused. You might be processing. God, it took me a couple of weeks to process what was happening to me when I was diagnosed. It was a terrible time. And I didn't want to tell anybody. I just had to figure out what was happening to me. And you might just find a few friends that you trust, that you want to tell about what you're going through, and family members that love and care about you. They will understand. And if you want to share anything about yourself, you could decide who and how much information you want to share. But especially the people that are closest to you, they will understand. They will embrace you with open arms. At least they should. But the whole point is when you decide to disclose what you're going through to your family and your closest friends, just be open. If your friends invited you over to a Christmas party, and if you're not ready to share any details yet, just say, either I've got something else going on, or if they already know what you're going through, you can say, this year, just because I'm not sure of how I'm going to feel, I might feel fatigued and I might not be feeling well. This year, I'm just going to stay home. And that's okay. Set boundaries. But communication is the best way to go. And be proactive, set realistic expectations. Let hosts or key family members know ahead of time, like I just said, that your energy levels might be unpredictable, and explain that you might need to leave early from an event, take breaks frequently if you need to. That is okay. And use I statements. For example, say, I'm feeling too fatigued to host this year, instead of something like hosting is too stressful, and then call ahead as a guest. If you're visiting somebody, call the host beforehand and say, I can't predict how I'm going to feel, so I may need to go home early, but I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. This manages their expectation and relieves the pressure on you. And you can also explain invisible symptoms. So MS symptoms like fatigue and cognitive brain fog are difficult for others to understand because they're not visible. Explain that your MS fatigue is not the same as being tired. It can be an overwhelming sudden hit that requires immediate rest. If you experience memory issues, for example, or slowed thinking, so let people know that it's a symptom of MS and it's not a sign that you don't care or you're not listening. And then take the lead on information. So you could decide who you tell and how much detail you share. For family members who are very close and supportive, you may share more. For those who don't get it, a simple firm, "I'm not feeling well right now," is sufficient. To end a conversation or excuse yourself. Be ready to pivot to a new topic if a relative becomes controversial or dismissive about your condition. Give clear messages about assistance. So ask for help if you need it. Like, "I can use help clearing the table," or "ask somebody else to bring the side dish." This provides a useful action rather than a vague, "Do you need anything?" So prioritize and simplify. Focus on joy. Decide which activities or traditions genuinely bring you the most joy and focus your limited energy on those. Everything else can be simplified or let go. And don't be afraid to say no. It's okay to skip events or tasks will be too draining. Your health comes first. And then simplify your traditions. Order pre-made food instead of cooking an elaborate meal. Use paper plates and disposable items for easy cleanup. Send e-cards instead of writing dozens of physical cards. Suggest a potluck if you are hosting and let guests bring the food. And then plan and delegate. Break down tasks like decorating, shopping, and cooking into smaller steps and assign them to who's willing to help you out. Most people love to feel helpful. And then shop smart. Do most of your holiday shopping online to avoid the crowds, walking, and stressful, busy stores. And then just prepare ahead. Start tasks earlier than usual. If you enjoy baking, bake things ahead of time, freeze them, or ask a relative to take on a favorite tradition, like passing on your treasured cookie recipe. And since you have to be careful and the sugar and the gluten that you're ingesting, you're probably redesigning that cookie recipe. And you can make gluten-free cookies and use something like maple syrup or coconut sugar and use less of it in your recipe. They will be just as good, I promise. And then designate a point person. If you're hosting, ask one reliable person to be your go-to for tasks so you don't have to manage every single small detail. And then pace yourself. Think of the 4 Ps. So prioritize, plan, pace, and peace. You want peace. And then build in resting time for yourself. You probably need to take some small naps. It's okay to sit things out. And maybe you need to set a timer to remind yourself to take breaks. And then guard your routines. Try to maintain your regular sleep schedule, your healthy habits, and meal patterns as much as possible, even while traveling. And then if you're invited over for dinner, you might want to tell the guests ahead of time about the things that you're allowed to eat and what you're not allowed to eat. And most people will be happy to make things that will support your health. Another idea is you can always eat some healthy things before you go to parties if you want to go. So like Christmas parties, New Year's Eve parties, or even Super Bowl parties, there's usually not a lot of healthy food there, right? So the smart thing to do if you want to go is to eat in advance. Eat your meal at home before you go to that party. Then you're not going hungry and eating those foods that are most likely unhealthy for you. So be proactive, speak up, share as much information as you would like to help you know that you're healing. And if you've been following me for a while or listening, you're already doing healthy habits And just know that you're going to heal. It's going to happen. Just don't quit. And I know it's hard when you watch other people eat all these other foods like chips and dips and candy and cookies and all the stuff that goes with the holidays. But believe me, when you wean yourself off of sugar, and I've talked about this, you're not going to want it. And you're going to be okay when you see other people eating these things. So my wish for you is to have the most joyful holidays as possible and invite peace and tranquility into this time for yourself. You deserve it. So I will end this podcast message here. Don't stress yourself out. It's not worth it, because we know that stress is a catalyst to what you're going through. So just relax, make lists, get your tasks done little by little, and just enjoy the holidays. So take care, and you'll hear from me in the near future. Would you like some support in healing your symptoms? You can totally heal. I've helped people do this. It's possible. So if you want help, reach out. You can email me at info@nourishyourway.com, or you can go to the Work With Me page on my website, and that's nourishyourway.com. And you can get on my program, and I'll help you get back to health. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to get your healthy life back.